I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I was born and raised there. And I went to high school there, I went to elementary school and high school there. And from there, I went on to college on the East Coast. I went to Smith College up in Northampton, Massachusetts. At Smith College, I double majored. I majored in biology and psychology. I've always had a fascination with how the mind works, and I thought at some point I would go into neurosciences. But I'm happy with what I'm doing now. But my major at Smith was biology and psychology. I applied to several medical schools, including medical schools in Massachusetts and North Carolina, West Coast, East Coast, and the Midwest. Well, my parents were saying, come back home, Vickie, come back home. Washington University is a really good school. Just come back home. So I did. I came back to St. Louis, and I went to Washington University for medical school. Did 4 years of medical school at Washington University, and then did an internship and residency in internal medicine. And when I was in my second year of medical school, that's when we really start trying to decide what kind of doctor we want to be, what discipline we will do our further training in. And for me, I had thought about becoming an OBGYN physician. I delivered a lot of babies during my medical school and absolutely loved it. But I also loved internal medicine. I liked the questions that internal medicine posed. And so I decided, well, I'll do an internal medicine internship and residency, and if I still wanted to do OBGYN, I would go back and do a second residency in OBGYN. Well, during my internship and residency, I teamed up with a group of pulmonologists that I thought were just the smartest doctors in the hospital. They made snap decisions on the ventilator that turned patients around. They did procedures. They interacted with patients, and they had their day broken up with a lot of different things that I thought were very interesting. And they took really good care of their patients. So I really admired the group of pulmonologists that I trained under. And I said, I want to be just like them. So I decided to forget about OBGYN and turn my efforts and interests into pulmonary and critical care. So I did fellowship in pulmonary and critical care at Washington University, and I was stayed on staff at WashU at Barnes Hospital, which is the affiliate hospital to Washington University. I stayed on staff there for about a year and did some research. And I had a call from some friends here at MD Anderson that said, hey, Vickie, why don't you come down here for an interview? And I thought, that's a free weekend. I can come and visit my friends, right, for a free weekend. They're going to fly me down here and put me in a hotel. So I came really on a whim, not really expecting to stay. But the commitment and the compassion that I saw in the group of physicians that I interviewed with was just something that was unreal. I mean, it was something that was unreal, and I thought, yeah, this is where I need to be. And so I decided then that I would move down to Texas, and I came down to Texas, and I've been here since then. And I've been promoted and promoted and promoted, and now I'm full professor. I'm one of two full professors, the first two African-American full professors at MD Anderson were promoted to that level of professorship in 2006, and I was one of those two.